a hoe, nigga. Like that. Yo, nigga, you a pussy ass nigga. Yo, and this murder game tapping in, nigga. And tell Twin
what's
them
the
I
other
said,
part?
like that.
Hey, lift your jacket up real quick.
Can you lift your if I switch cheese right now?
Hey, lift your jacket up. Hey, lift your jacket up.
These young boys are trying to sell water. And it looks like they were trying to make some money.
I've seen like flowers and like...
Yeah, and so there was another group of young black men, what it looked like, that pulled up and proceeded to rob them.
Oh.
It looks like they were taking their cell phones and taking whatever they had on them.
I don't like that. Makes me angry. Trying to get me started.
We're not going to see. White people have awesome theme songs. We're not going to take it. No.
These brothers are out here trying to sell water and make a little money on the side. But instead of a brother pulling up, let me put some money in your pocket, young boy. You're doing something right. Stay off of these streets.
I will have to say, I didn't grow up in the inner city, so I know my experience being black is different from someone else in the inner city. So I know that there's different levels of, hardships. But there's different levels of hardships for other people of other races also. It's not just black people. And then you have other people who are trying to get out of certain situations, i.e. maybe these young guys right here. And then, but there's people in the community that are knocking them down and trying to hold them back because they don't want to see anybody do any better for themselves.
Or because they're just lazy and they don't want to go work they're just rather just steal from somebody else.
I feel for young guys that are in things like this just for the simple fact that you unfortunately sometimes end up becoming what you're a part of, even if you don't want to, because it's just survival.
Yeah. You're working with the resources that you're given. Some of us are given a lot less resources than other people. Some of us have access to a lot less than other people. I mean, that's using what you have to try to turn it into something else. I mean, I don't have a problem with that.
I think what kind of holds a lot of the younger generation back sometimes in these areas is the generation just a little bit before them, because they seem to want to beat them down. Anyone that's trying to get out of that, they want to make fun of them and they want to pull them back down to their level and pull them back into what they're doing. So I do feel for things like that. And I know that is an ongoing struggle in some areas. I am blessed to not have been a part of that. Yeah. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know what the solution is for it.
This is what they do to them.
Man, you folk black niggas some hoes.
All of it, nigga. All of it, nigga. Crip, hurry up, nigga.
Nigga, you a hoe, nigga. Like that. Yo, nigga, you a pussy ass nigga. Yo, nigga. And this murder game tapping in, nigga. And tell Twin them I said, fuck down like that. Bitch ass nigga.
Hey, lift your jacket up real quick.
Can you lift your shit up if I switch cheeses right now?
Hey, lift your jacket up. Hey, lift your jacket up, nigga.
Yo, lift that shit up, bitch ass nigga. Y'all niggas some broke ass nigga. I'ma kill you next time I see you.
Let me catch you no more. All that bumping on the ass. Hey, come here. Give me a cigarette. In the water. In the water. In the water. Give me the water.
Y'all niggas some hoes, man.
If you're going to do what you're going to do in your, in your 20s or 30s, I mean, and you've already set out your path to do what you're going to do, don't take the dream and take the win out of someone that is behind you and someone is younger. Don't make your plight their plight. Even though I didn't grow up in the inner city, I did have older people that to be honest with you, they looked out for me because there were some things that I wanted to get into and it's like, no, you can't do this. Where is that from the generations now?
It's just the stealing that just bothers me. I mean, if they want to knock them down a little bit or, tease them, say something to them, whatever. But the stealing, it's just, I don't know.
It's a simple point. Look in the mirror first before you talk about all this systemic stuff. I grew up in these areas. I know where young black people have their biggest fear from, and it ain't white people. At least not in the black neighborhood. I can't believe they did these young boys like that. Now, you could say, man, they're in the gang, and they doing this. But they little kids, man.
It hurts my stomach.
Even though some people may call me a sellout, I really do have a heart for my people, and I try to do a lot for my people, for black people. And the thing is that may sound one-sided to a degree, me sitting here. I grew up and I had, hang-ups mentally. Some of the hang-ups that we have was just mental hang-ups. It's our mental hang-ups. And once we get past those, you do have other opportunities that are out there for you once you kind of get past some of all this, racism stuff.
I was going to say, for this right here, I mean, I know it's black, but it's just, it doesn't matter the color. These are kids. They're kids still. And that's, I mean, they're out here just trying to do something, trying to turn $1 into $2.
Whenever I see kids that don't have any type of direction when they're growing up, and it still hurts me nowadays when I see, you know, young kids, 8, 9, 10, and I see them still in middle school and stuff. I think 10 years down the road, like, where are these kids going to be at?
Well, and that's what I was just sitting here thinking, that, you know, these kids in the car could have been these kids on the street one day, and something like this happened to them, and it's unfortunately like you start to follow in the footsteps, and, you know, it's like they're trying to do something, they're putting in the effort, but then they see somebody just pull up and just steal their stuff, and they have money, just easy like that. And sometimes it's easier, I think, for people to fall into that because they see other people just, you know, deal drugs. Like, they have just this cash coming in, and then you're trying to tell your child to go out and get an honest job. Make that $9 an hour. It'll add up.
As much as I don't like talking about money, I do think it is upon people sometimes, especially parents, to succeed as much as possible, to give their kids a different look and a different avenue to go, versus, because let's be honest with you, kids are interested in money. Young people are interested in money. Young people are interested in the bling.
Yeah.
And
they're easily influenced by, you know.
Yeah. And if you as a parent sometimes can't offer that, then you're competing with something that is difficult to compete with. I always have been up for always learning and always striving. I mean, I have people sometimes that tell me, it's like, when is enough enough? Well, I mean, enough is enough when my kids understand it's like, you don't have to go down the path of this. You see what I'm saying? It's like, there's other ways to get stuff other than doing it the wrong way. And yes, you may have to work a little bit harder, but at the end of that road is that there's no possible jail time. You didn't leave a trail of hurt people if you did it the right way. Anyway, sad story. Like I said, I don't like seeing stuff like this, but at the same time is that, hey, I don't even want to say it's black on black, because this just hurts me. It could be white on white, it could be anything, but at the same time, this is close proximity, people of the same race holding each other down. And like I said, I know it happens in other communities, but it hurts me when it happens in our community. No, we
happy video before bed. That's sad.
I know. We end up on the bad video. We do these for bed.
We're some cartoons now.
Okay. Ooh, we watch Family Guy.
Oh no, not that one. God.